There are about £49 billion worth of banknotes in circulation in the UK at any one time. That's about 2.7 billion individual notes. One of the Bank of England's primary goals is maintaining confidence in the value of our currency, which is why the bank constantly reviews and updates the security features of its notes. The most recent note to be introduced is the new style £50 note. The new and old style £50 notes will circulate together until the old style £50 note featuring Sir John Houblon is removed from circulation. This is Dave. He runs his own small business and is handing out and receiving cash every day. But cash only works if everyone believes that the notes and coins used in transactions are genuine. At some point today, Dave is going to come into contact with a counterfeit note.
Hello. I've just spoken to Mum about this. I want it to be a surprise. I'm sure you'll look fine. Darling, I've got a customer. Bye.
Fancy dress time again?
Certainly is. And this year it is classic TV shows.
All right.
Every year I let Di and Karen choose my costume and I've never won anything. So this year I'm going it alone. That'll be $18.99, please, Greg.
I've always fancied doing the Avengers.
The who?
No, the Avengers. Before your time, son.
From 20, that's a penny and one.
So what are you going as then?
Ask me tomorrow when I've won first prize.
I'll be sure and check the papers.
Yeah, you do that. Faz, I'm off to pick up a couple of things. Finishing touches on the costume.
So how can you be sure that the notes you're giving out or receiving are the genuine article?
Good morning. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm looking for a bronze metallic paint.
I've got some antique bronze, which I think may do the trick.
There are several ways to check that a banknote is genuine. Some are quick, some take a little longer. Some involve the look of the note, some the feel. And some security features are specific to particular notes.
Brilliant. I'll take it.
Good. That's $2.49, please.
Most people might check one or two features, but on their own, these may not be enough. The feel of the paper and the raised print are two immediately recognisable features, and the quality and clarity of the printing are also important indicators.
Four buttons.
Yeah.
That will be £3, please.
Look for some of the distinctive visual features. There's the metallic thread running through the note. The watermark, which is visible when the note is held up to the light. On the £5 and £10 notes, there's a foil patch with a hologram on the front of the note. And under ultraviolet light, the value of the note appears in bright red and green.
Haven't you? Have a look. All right.
That's just the job.
That's great. That's £27, please.
Old-style £50 notes don't have the hologram. Instead, they have a foil patch of a reflective rose and a medallion.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye. Thank you. Brilliant.
You're welcome. £29 then, please.
Thank you.
The motion thread on the new style £50 note has 5 windows along its length, which contain images of the pound symbol and the number 50. When the note is tilted from side to side, the images move up and down. When the note is tilted up and down, the images move from side to side, and the number 50 and pound symbol switch. The note also has raised print on the words Bank of England in the central top area and in the bottom right corner around the number 50.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheerio.
Bye.
Prego, signore.
Thank you very much, Giovanni. That was delicious.
8.50, please.
Cheers.
Thank you.
The £20 note has a holographic strip, raised print areas and a watermark of the Queen's portrait, together with a bright £20 sign. To the right of the watermark, there is a see-through register in which a pound sign appears when the note is held up to the light.
That's it. Let's see a change.
On all notes, except the old-style £50 note, below the Queen's portrait, there is some micro-lettering, tiny writing, and you'll need a good magnifying glass to see this.
That's it.
There you go, 2 car aerials.
Thank you.
What make of car did you say they were for again?
I didn't.
That's £13.96, please.
Under a good ultraviolet light, the value of the £20 note and new-style £50 note can be seen in bright red and green on the central top area of the note. And bright red and green flecks are also visible on both the front and back of both notes.
That's £6 4p change.
Thanks.
There you go.
Cheers.
Did you get everything you need?
It's all in the details. Di, I'll be there by 7 and I'll meet you inside, yeah? Okay, I'll see you later. Vaz, just so you know, I'm going to take 20 quid out of the till. I'll make a note of it in the books.
Fine. And good luck for tonight.
Won't need it.
Wow. Now that is fantastic. But aren't you supposed to be a classic TV show? Nice.
We're all responsible for seeing that counterfeit notes aren't allowed to circulate. If you are vigilant, counterfeit notes should stand out.
I'm afraid this looks like a counterfeit note.
What?
I'm gonna have to keep it and give it...
Give it to the police and give me a receipt. Yeah, I know.
It is a criminal offence to hold or to use a counterfeit note. Obviously, in a situation where you are querying whether a banknote is genuine, you shouldn't put yourself in any danger. But if you think you've been handed a counterfeit note, the proper procedure is to hold on to it, to give it to the police, issue the customer with a receipt and take their details. So where did Dave go wrong? The answer is at every step of the way. Everyone was checking the notes he gave them. Why didn't he check the notes they gave him? One of them might have been a counterfeit. Let's take a closer look.
That's £6 4p change.
Thank you very much.
Remember the simple checks. There's the feel of the paper and the raised print. And the quality of the printing. The note should be made up of well-defined lines, and the colours should be clear.
Let's see a change.
Thank you very much.
On the £5 and £10 notes, there's a hologram on the silver foil patch. When you tilt the note, you should see a brightly coloured Britannia and the note's value as a number.
Arrivederci, grazie, a presto.
£23 change.
On the £20 note, there is a watermark together with a bright £20. To the right of the watermark, there is a see-through register that reveals a pound sign. To the right of this is a holographic strip which has a number of foil patches along its length containing holograms.
Cheers.
Bye.
change.
Other Bank of England notes also contain a watermark, which is hardly noticeable until the note is held up to the light, when a clearly defined portrait of the Queen is visible. There's the metallic thread embedded in every banknote. This appears as silver dashes on all notes except the new style £50 note. When all notes are held up to the light, the metallic thread appears as a continuous dark line. All these features, as well as the fluorescent features under ultraviolet light, the foil patch on the old-style £50 note, and the micro-lettering on the other notes, make it easy to check that you have a genuine note.
So this year, I'm going it alone. That is £18.99, please, Greg.
I've always fancied doing the Avengers.
The who?
No, the Avengers. It's before your time, son.
Don't be embarrassed about checking notes. A counterfeit note is worthless. You can't use one legally. We're all responsible for seeing that counterfeit notes aren't allowed to circulate.
Something wrong?
I think this is a dodgy note.
You're joking.
Where do you get it from?
Got a clue.
I'm going to have to give this to the police, Greg. I'll write you out a receipt.
One pricey firewire cable.
It's highly unlikely you'll ever come across a counterfeit note, but get in the habit of checking so you'll be prepared if you do.
In you go, cowboy.
Whether you're buying or selling, it's up to you to know your banknotes. A few simple checks. One less thing to have to worry about.
The face of a winner.
Let's go over those checks one final time. Run your fingers across the top of the note to check the raised print and feel the quality of the paper. You can also feel raised print in the bottom right corner of the £20 and new style £50 notes. There is a metallic thread embedded in every banknote. This appears as silver dashes on all notes except the new style £50 note, where the thread is fully embedded, and so no silver dashes are visible. When all notes are held up to the light, the metallic thread appears as a continuous dark line. There is a watermark image of the Queen's portrait on every banknote, which is visible when the note is held up to the light. On the £20 and new style £50 notes, there are also bright £20 and £50 signs. The printed lines and colours on your banknotes should be sharp and clear. By looking below the Queen's portrait with a good magnifying glass on all notes except the old-style £50 note, you can see the value of the note written in tiny letters and numbers. All notes except the old-style £50 note have ultraviolet features. Under a good ultraviolet light, the note's value will appear on the front in fluorescent red and green. This is in the bottom left area of the £5 and £10 note, and in the central top area of the £20 and new style £50 notes. The £20 and new style £50 notes also contain randomly spread fluorescent red and green flecks on the front and back. The 5 windows of the motion thread on the new style £50 note also appear in bright green. All Bank of England notes except the new style £50 note have foil features on them. On the £5 and £10 notes, there is a hologram on the patch. When the note is tilted, the image will change between a brightly coloured picture of Britannia and the numerical value of the note. On the £20 note, there is a holographic strip. It has a number of foil patches along its length, which contain alternating holographic images. When the note is tilted, one hologram shows a multicoloured image of Adam Smith. The other changes between a multicoloured pound sign and the number 20. The number 20 is also embossed on the strip, just to the right of the signature of the chief cashier. On the old-style £50 note, the patch features a simple reflective rose and medallion. The motion thread on the new style £50 note has 5 windows along its length, which contain images of the pound symbol and the number 50. When the note is tilted from side to side, the images move up and down. When the note is tilted up and down, the images move from side to side, and the number 50 and pound symbols switch. On the £20 and new style £50 notes, there are coloured irregular shapes printed on the front and back of the notes. When the notes are held up to the light, they combine to form the pound sterling symbol. For further information, contact the Bank of England.